Special treatment here for Islam, and there will be no surrender to the thugs who want to impose their beliefs and culture on the rest of us.
That was a sitting MP on the floor of the House of Commons saying out loud what most politicians are too scared to whisper in private.
Now blasphemy laws are back. I've been advised not to refer to two high-profile cases.
He was told to stay quiet. He went anyway. And you'll hear exactly what he says next about two-tier policing in a minute.
Rough justice for those belonging to identity groups that play by the rules, and freedom from justice for those belonging to groups willing to take to the streets and threaten violence.
And that's not even the moment that changes everything. That comes later. Before we roll the full clip, share this video right now. Not like, share. Because this is exactly the kind of speech the mainstream media will bury by tomorrow. Hit like, share it to one person who needs to see this, and let's go back to where it started.
We now move on to the 10-minute rule motion, freedom of expression, and I come to Nick Timothy.
Thank you. Madam Deputy Speaker, I do not believe that Muhammad was a prophet sent by God. I do not accept the instructions he said he received from the Archangel Gabriel. I do not accept that the sunnah, or body of Islamic laws, has any relevance to me. I respect the religious beliefs of others, but I do not mind if Muhammad is satirized, criticized, or mocked. I'm not a Muslim, and I choose not to live by the moral codes set out by Islam. I'm a Christian, and I should make clear that I don't think anybody should be prosecuted for satirizing, criticizing, or mocking Jesus either. England and Wales abolished blasphemy laws in 2008, and Scotland abolished them in 2021. But even then, those laws had not been used for decades. The last blasphemy trial took place in 1977, and the state hasn't brought a public prosecution for blasphemy in more than a century. But now blasphemy laws are back. I've been advised not to refer to two high-profile cases of people being arrested, charged and prosecuted for causing harassment, alarm or distress to Muslims, or even nonsensically to Islam itself. So while I will keep my speech to the conceptual, I invite the House to recall that there are real examples of what I raise in the criminal justice system right now. The issue is the way sections 4 and 5 of the Public Order Act 1986 are being used, far beyond the intent of Parliament, to police what we can and cannot say about Islam. This is the very essence of the two-tier policing row we have seen recently. Rough justice for those belonging to identity groups that play by the rules, and freedom from justice for those belonging to groups willing to take to the streets and threaten violence.
Now, to be fair, the Public Order Act applies to every religion, not just Islam. Nick Timothy knows that. His argument is that in practice, it's only being enforced one way. So here's the question I want you to answer in the comments. Do you think the law is being applied equally? Because what he says next makes his case better than I can.
This is the logic of using the Public Order Act to prohibit us from saying what we like about a religion. A person may be found guilty because of the violent reaction of those offended by their actions. From Sir Salman Rushdie to the Batley teacher still in hiding with his family, the threat of violence is what lies behind these new blasphemy laws. Perhaps we should not be surprised. There are at least 14 Muslim-majority countries where the penalty for blasphemy or apostasy is death, and we have significant diaspora populations from many of them. With the number of people coming here, with the number of people here who came from these countries growing, and the increasing assertiveness of organised political Islam in Britain, this is a problem that seems likely to only get more severe. But the answer is not to surrender to the mob. It is to hold the line, and that is why today I bring forward this bill. In doing so, this bill would restore free speech as it applies to religion in England and Wales. It would stop the police, prosecutors and judges from creating a blasphemy law from legislation that was never passed for that purpose. It would send the strongest powerful message from this place, where political power legitimately and democratically resides, that this country will not tolerate intimidation, violence or censorship, that there will be no special treatment here for Islam, and there will be no surrender to the thugs who want to impose their beliefs and culture on the rest of us.
The question is that the honourable member have leave to bring in the bill. As many in that opinion say aye. Aye. Of the contrary, no.
Aye.
The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Who will prepare and bring in the bill?
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. John Cooper, Luke Evans, Richard Holden, Robert Jenrick, Rupert Lowe, Rebecca Paul, Jack Rankin, Alex Shelbrook, Bradley Thomas, Tom Tugendhat, Gavin Williamson, and me.
And 100% of the British
The
public.
mainstream media won't touch this one. So here's my question for the pinned comment. Should a politician face consequences for saying this in Parliament, or is this exactly what free speech looks like? Drop your answer below, best comment gets pinned. Like, subscribe, and share this video.